And we're live. Welcome to the Zac Yak Pack on the Jaggers Juxtaplooza. I'm your host, Zach, and with us we have your.
Others, Zach. And we'll see how badly we can screw up this intro, seeing that it's been a little bit since we've done one.
Well, I'm sure it's already freezing and everything else, but it's all good. Because what you want to do is make sure to use that hashtag Don't Be a Nick. Follow us on the Facebook at the Jaggers Juxtaplooza. Follow me on Instagram at MPJags. You can follow the other Zach at.
Don't forget, we have our official merchandise at cafepress.com/Jaggers Juxtaplooza. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and hit the bell so that way you get notified whenever we go live or any other video gets posted. Like, subscribe, and share.
Comments. Leave your comments. Comment on how bad we suck. It's fine. Make sure to use pineapples in the comment section.
See, I knew we were going to jack up.
No, we haven't jacked anything up yet. But so my wife's computer's got a little bit more than that, so I've definitely got to figure out something here soon. Like, either something. But they now have this new thing coming out with the StreamYard where I can. One person's free, up to 5 people will cost me like an extra $9, right? I think that's what they're saying, and that's we just started this thing, right? Which will let me set up admins or co-hosts, so I can actually have other people active on the account, so that my wife could sit off in another area, controlling some of the stuff for bringing up comments when I'm not physically able to do so. Which would allow me
That's
to
if
focus
you have a
more
working computer screen.
Well, it would allow me to focus more on talking and less on everything else that goes on.
Yeah, I could see that.
Right. Or you could see right now you'd be able to go, oh hey, I logged in, I'm admin, because I can't see shit.
That's bad.
Well, I mean, I can see to a degree. If we have one person join in, I can see to add them. I can't see to add more than that person.
I do got to admit, this is the fastest my computer has been running in a long time, though.
And that's
it just didn't update earlier today. And I'm actually kind of surprised because normally this thing's acting up a little bit trying to log in.
Well, I had we had a family friend go, oh hey, this is the first time we haven't had plans. Nobody's gotten sick, haven't gone to the ER, and now everybody's starting to feel sick.
Oh.
Yeah. It's called jinxing yourself. It's not the smartest thing to do.
Oh, you're thinking that I'm going to wind up having some sort of major crash or fail, burn, whatever.
Yeah, you didn't think that through very well, did you?
We'll see what happens with this thing.
Hoping you'll keep going for a second because I'm trying to do this sharing thing.
I'll try to get some more people on or whatever.
No. I'm sharing onto the Facebook page. See, that's the one social media thing I handle. Mostly because it's a lot of back and forth, and it's if it was all on the computer, no problem. But it's really screwy when you're doing it on the phone.
Yep. So I mean, this is our first one in what?
Couple weeks.
3 weeks now. We took the last 2 weekends off because you had things going on, and of course Halloween with the kids and all that stuff. So speaking of Halloween, how did it go for you?
No, not too bad. It went pretty well.
You doing the dad tax thing on the kids' candy too?
My teeth are too fucked up for that. Let's be real. I stay away from candy for the most part.
I'm trying to start teaching them about taxes. They're like, that's my candy, and I just grab a handful of it and walk away.
But in other words, you just want the candy. That's the whole purpose to you having kids.
Well, I mean, it's dad tax. It teaches them taxes.
This must be a common concept because I've heard about it from other people that are not in like any sort of association with you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it has become a rather popular notion that you need to start teaching your kid about taxes because they're probably going to be paying more than what we are on them.
Well, it
So,
just to me it seems a little sexist. Why can't the moms collect taxes too?
oh, they can if they want to. I'm fine with that.
Wait, it's what? Oh, I guess mom tax is a thing too. So you can double tax your children? Well, this really is the government.
Federal and state. I'm not going to put one over the other.
Oh. There we go. Got that all shared. No, I've been having down in the bottom of my ribs have been hurting lately. But I mean, it's whatever. But it's probably just a pulled muscle or something. Whereas my wife is all but down for the count today.
Ooh, not good.
Oh, we had to do blood draw this morning for the company insurance.
Oh,
Yeah, and the guy literally. So okay, let's go into this. Like I'm not a doctor, not a nurse, but I did go through combat lifesaver training, and what they taught us was you always work up, never down when you stick people. Now I don't know if that's just because we were given IVs, but I thought that was just like a common concept, like a common usage concept. Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
Yeah, I have no clue on it. So,
because you were taught the same thing, right?
Yeah,
because of blood clotting and whatnot. No, they always in these things, they always want to start high and work down and go, oh, I guess I'm going to have to draw to your hand. It's like you've already pinched off every other blood vessel at this point. So my wife, of course, they work their way down her arm. And so she's been feeling worn down from that most of the day.
Yeah.
The whole thing, I've never understood the concept on it. I was hoping you'd have a little more conversation going.
No, I honestly don't know on that one on draws. But I think the more interesting part to me is the fact of doing blood work for insurance.
I never agreed with the concept. They're doing A1C checks and this other stuff. And the concept of is that they're doing it for then you qualify for the lower rate because you're healthier. And if you don't qualify through this, then you qualify through getting enough steps or something. I don't know. But here's a funny one for you. What order should you draw? Should you do this? Okay. Draw blood pressure.
Blood pressure first.
So
because of that lets you know if you're going to have a problem with the blood draw.
No. How about go the other way? Why would you want to check blood pressure before drawing blood?
Well, I mean, it depends on how much you're taking out too.
Let's say about 4 vials, but just whatever. But each vial, I mean, they're actually more glass than they are space. But the point being, if you draw blood and then check blood pressure will be higher.
Yeah, or potentially lower.
No,
because if you're doing like what they did to her with going the whole way down the arm, I don't know how many times she got stuck. Think about it. I mean, possibly risking inducing shock on the system, making blood pressure drop.
Right, but you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like you should check the blood pressure of the person before you draw blood.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially, if you're doing it for a health checkup like this, where they're trying to qualify you. So, of course, what do? They want to draw blood before they take your blood pressure.
Makes no sense.
It does make sense if you're looking at it from the aspect of an insurance company, where somebody would be on toe of the line, check up that blood pressure. The high blood pressure is an issue.
Yep.
But so that if that makes sense there on my concept. Now let's go with more fun. I've stood on a calibrated scale often at factories that I go to, right? I've
Yeah.
never weighed 178 pounds. Never in my life weighed 178 pounds on a digital
So
scale.
their scale was off too, huh?
Oh, I guarantee it because I usually still clock in at 164 to 165. You're talking more than a 10-pound difference for me. Right. For my average so let's just go with 165. Let's say 168. That is a 10-pound difference to say I weigh 178. I got it. I'm putting on a little bit of weight, but not that much.
Are you constipated?
I guess I must have been. But yeah, no, it's one of those. It's like, really? You got me leaving my coat on and my shoes on. I should still not weigh an extra 10 pounds. So I question a lot of this.
Yeah.
Of course, that at least made my wife feel better after she got off of their scale, and she's like, it's like their scales off. It says I'm fat. She's like, oh well, stupid scales. Because that means that she doesn't weigh nearly what that scale says either.
Oh, I bet. If it's off by 10 pounds for you, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I'm all for if I put on a little bit of weight, that's fine. It's not unhealthy. But 10 pounds, if you put on 10 pounds in a month, that's almost too rapid. 10 pounds in a couple weeks, that's way too rapid. That means you're putting on about 5 pounds a week. That's not healthy. It's not Thanksgiving yet.
True.
That's the only time it's acceptable to put 10 pounds on in a weekend.
It can happen. It definitely can.
Needless to say, they love when I look at them and it's like, hey, I've been flatlined from a blood draw before. Well, we're not going to have that today. It's like, yeah, but I need to inform you. That's the problem. It's not I'm sitting here like, look, I don't want to do this because this has happened. I'm going, hey, just so you're aware.
If I pass out, it's because of this.
Yeah. So this lady, she's paying some closer attention. I convince her to take my blood pressure before my blood draw because I've still got the 5-year-old standing next to me. It's like you're not drawing my blood with the 5-year-old standing right next to me, right? Just not happening. I don't want her scared of these things. So, well, over there, my wife's got the guy ends up in her hand, and he just starts lifting while her hand's sitting flat. He starts lifting up on the vial, not paying attention until the needle starts raising with it. Has to readjust it because she starts going, ow. Oh, shit. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't even apologize because he's too busy texting while he's drawing blood.
I would have smacked the phone out of his head and say, you got a needle in me. You're going to pay attention, not blow out my vein.
Yeah. The lady who drew mine, I don't know what she was doing beside me because I won't look at the people while they're drawing, especially if they're standing over the arm that's got the blood coming. Look, I can deal with blood on the ground, on people. I can deal with the gore that comes with tragedy. Well, until I see a psychiatrist later, but I can deal with it at the moment, right? Going inside that plastic tube in that freaking glass vial, something's not right about that. It's not where it belongs. It immediately turns my stomach. It's not one of those like, ugh. It's like, oh God, I want to puke. Like that just doesn't look like it belongs.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so. It's one thing I definitely miss about having been in the army. You didn't have to go do these things. You didn't have to force your family to go do these things. My one uncle, when he has to go do, because his wife carries the insurance through her company, they only do during the week, so he literally has to miss work once a year for this freaking blood draw.
That's dumb.
Ours does on the weekend, but then I have to give up part of my weekend. Like, it's just it's asinine. What if I lived farther away from work? At one point, I lived like 45 minutes from a job. Like I'm gonna drive 45 minutes for a freaking 5-minute freaking appointment. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. We'll see what happens with ours when it changes if I have to go through all that.
Oh, you probably will. Almost every insurance company's gone to this stuff now. That's because they have two rates. They have a qualified rate and a non-qualified rate.
Well, they got the two different rates for us, but it depends on your deductible.
Well, but you have to look at, they probably actually have more rates than that then, and that's where it gets tricky. If you're
not
qualified,
paperwork.
Yeah, if you're qualified, you have one rate. If you're not qualified, you have another rate. And that's almost every insurance company these days. And it started, I really want to say it started because of around the same time as the Affordable Care Act, because they were trying to figure out how can we afford this. So they were trying to benefit people to be healthier because they don't want to pay out, and thus, you're talking, for some companies, a $90 difference in just the rate.
Yeah. In the per week rate.
Yeah, per week rate. Yeah. I think mine's like a $90 difference.
So I ran into a little bit of snow today.
No?
Yeah, up on 80 in the mountains. It was snowing a little bit this morning. It wasn't horrible, but it was snowing.
That was a really good segue. I did that flowed perfect.
Yeah, I don't know why my brain jumped around like that so bad, but it did. But yeah, ran into some snow today. Not going to be too much longer, and it's going to be white everywhere.
Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with that. I don't want to have to get the truck going out every day.
Yeah. 13
miles to the gallon. My wife right now, like, just in driving the car, we have to worry about, what's it cost? Like $40 to fill up or whatever. So you're looking at like triple that once the truck starts going.
Yeah, and then I'm not looking forward to it tomorrow. I'm going to have to fill up tomorrow too.
Because my wife's truck, I think it's like a 26-gallon tank, whereas her car is like a 14-gallon tank.
Yeah.
And it's not, and she literally will use the full tank on that truck by the end of the week.
Although I'm going to be filling up in a different state tomorrow, so that'll help out a little bit.
Happy travels.
Yeah, I got to go 2 hours away for competition.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping I don't have to worry about snow right around December 16th, because I got a doctor's appointment and a 2-hour drive, and
that'll make it interesting.
I'd rather my wife have the truck for going to and from school if there's snow, like actual snow. Like, I got it if there's a dusting, whatever, right? But if there's actual snow,
if there's stuff laying there that's more than an inch.
Yeah. Anything that's going to catch up under that focus. Fusion. Anything that's going to catch up under that, I don't want to have to deal with. But I also don't want to drive my Trailblazer all the way there because I have ABS issues. And the other thing being, there's no cruise control whatsoever.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if there's snow, I'm not using cruise control, so there's no issue there, but I'd just rather not drive it. Because she's getting old, she's getting beat on, she's got some miles. I
didn't even think about that with all my appointments through December. Getting the neck cracked. Oh, man.
Yeah, but you're on your bright side. Yours is with your truck, though. I mean, you always drive the truck. You have one vehicle.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that's 45 minutes away.
Oh, is it?
from work. Yeah, I got to go 45 minutes away from my work to go to the doctor's appointment at an hour to the house.
Nice.
And I'll be doing that for like 5 weeks in the middle of the winter time.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
Why can't they get you to a closer chiropractor?
I think it's the same reason why like the reserves is having issues with getting people into appointments and stuff, because the VA switched to using the same provider. And that company doesn't like to pay doctors right away.
Right.
Even though like the VA or the reserves will pay the money right away, it goes through that third party and it just takes forever to get to the final person.
Right. So, God, I mean, there was so much stuff I've sent you over the last little bit that it just...
Yeah, like I think the most intriguing story that you've sent recently is with the Navy submarines and steel.
Oh, yeah.
That's
not really the best segue, though.
No, but like I said, that's probably the most interesting one here, where for decades, from 1985 all the way to 2017, faking the strength tests of steel.
But she didn't do it for the wrong reasons, which is the more fucked up. Like, I couldn't even make heads or tails why she did it. Because she wasn't getting paid money. She wasn't getting bonuses for it.
No, she just didn't want the extra headache of having to read, basically wasting money having to recast parts.
Yeah, but this is for a damn sub.
Yeah.
Like, people live under the water in these things.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and she was training her replacement because she was going to retire, and the replacement wound up noticing some things that were off and sketchy on the book, and raised a red flag on it.
My father-in-law, he made parts for between commercial and government helicopter or aircraft, and then as well as like space shuttle parts, when like the actual cone and everything. And he got asked at one point. I mean, he was next thing shy of a supervisor, right? Because he just didn't want the supervisor nonsense of dealing with people. But he had over 30 years at the company, right? So his story was that, or the what happened was, one of the inspectors or whatever came in. And it's like, hey, like if that part's out of spec, you're just gonna pass it, right? You're like, if it's 0.01 mils, you're just gonna pass that thing, right? He's like, no, not at all. And he's like, well, dude, it's almost perfect. It's just shy. He's like, yeah, no. One, I'm not going to prison. My name's put to that part. If I sign off on it, my name's put to that part. Not happening. He goes, two, your car breaks down, you pull over to the side of the road. He goes, that plane breaks down, it doesn't pull over to the nearest fucking cloud. All right, now let's put that in relation. Okay, that's flying high in the sky, which has a nice nosedive down to the earth, right? Where you can find the parts of who signed off on what. When the sub goes down, how often do you find all the parts so you can actually find out what happened?
Exactly.
Right, with that, they go, okay, this part failed. We can figure out this is the part that failed to cause this. That sub goes down. It's hitting pressures and everything else. Like, no, like, where would you, like, my, perfect example, would not pass a bad part, even by spec. And you're talking just a part, not the metal as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking the metal as a whole on this case.
And how long it went on. How nobody ever catch this.
Yeah, I mean, how did they not have a secondary inspector or something like that?
Yeah, she's the inspector for the company. It's like, okay, but how many? Like, it sounds like it wasn't every piece either. She's just like randomly like, oh, well, it's close enough.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, literally one part of it, she literally said it's ridiculous what they required for a test on who knows what component, but
so it says she.
The test had to be done at negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And apparently it just barely failed. And she's like, this is ridiculous. Sub. It's never going to see this temperature in Senate.
She doesn't know that. What if we have to send that sub to frickin' Neptune? SpaceX needs to fly that sub to fucking Neptune. Now they might not live. Thanks, lady.
Oh, that's funny. Send a sub to Neptune.
And possible. Thank you, Elon Musk.
Oh my.
But at the same time, I'm not that far off.
Like, yeah, because it's got to survive the ride in the extreme temperatures.
Yeah, just because you don't think it would ever reach that. What if it's got to go to the Antarctic? What if it gets trapped in the ice? There's a reason that it needs to stay strong to that temperature. Yes, it might not reach that temperature, but it ensures that it will hold up long term at
no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, in which those people can stay alive on said sub until we can get rescue crew to said sub. It's like, go back to another father-in-law story, right? He had his freaking garage put up. He calls it a barn, but it's a garage, right? Okay, he had his garage put up, and the people literally looked and go, yeah, it's close enough, nail it. That was the thing. They're like, close enough, nail it. He actually had to get a chainsaw out to cut some of the wood they did so he could put the fucking regular 3-foot door in. He needed a regular man door, right? And it wasn't like, oh, hey, they cut it 2 foot and he had to cut it out. No. They had it like 4 inches short. It was close enough. He doesn't have perfect center studs. Yeah. Close enough, nail it. And so that's his ongoing joke now is close enough, nail it. That was this lady. She's like, it's close enough, just nail it.
Yeah, and I mean, we had a guy at work this week that wound up getting the hook off of a strap that you would use for for flatbed, right? He wound up getting it in his tire. I told him the same thing. Looks good, send it.
Yeah.
I mean, he ultimately, on all honesty, he did the right thing. He stopped. He wound up getting the tire replaced. It is what it is. I would have done it that way too. But at the same time, it's one of those, that ain't a problem. Go on down the road. Get it delivered.
It's not my truck. I don't care.
You got 17 more tires. Keep going. No. Yeah,
my answer is generally, it came factory that way.
Yeah. At the same time, looking at it, it's like, well, you were due for new tires anyhow.
Right. But so this lady, I did not understand where she thought this was okay.
Yeah, I mean, literally, in that story, the craziest line of all of it, it's ridiculous. They wanted it tested at negative 100 degrees. It'll never reach that temperature.
So it says she.
Yeah.
Because she's the engineer. They need that metal to register that temperature because, hey, it's never going to reach that temperature. But we're exposing it to that temperature because we might have a freaking nitroglycerin leak on the fucking damn sub.
Nitroglycerin. Oh, my God.
I'm thinking the wrong thing. Frozen nitrogen. What is it?
Liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen. Thank you. We might have a liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen's at like negative 400.
See? And nitroglycerin is an explosive, so I was close.
Yeah, that if you go like this with it on your fingers and you rub, it'll explode.
Oh, right. But more of what's the difference? Nitroglycerin, and liquid nitrogen when you're talking a sub, because both are bad. Like, don't fake your testing. It's bad. All right.
they're doing cryogenics on the submarine, so that way
They
it stays submerged for 10 years longer. Oh, that'd be wild.
Experiment.
Hey, maybe we can work on that and try and patent that and sell it.
What,
Then
the
they could
Philadelphia?
just leave a submarine sitting somewhere idling for like 10 years in the middle of the ocean. Nobody age.
Right. It's
Bring
called
them
the
back
Phila-
up whenever you need them.
It's called the Philadelphia experiment.
Oh, we're going there.
It's a fucked up movie.
There,
It's a fucked up theory. Like people.
there's
merged
some
in the
really
walls.
weird papers about that.
I believe it, but do you believe it?
I don't know how you'd even start to put the pieces of that puzzle together, though. That's the thing. From what I've looked at on it, it's like, how do you piece this together where any of it makes any type of sense in any order?
Well, yeah. But I mean, it's literally they supposedly sent a ship in time,
Yeah.
and people are merged as part of the walls of the ship. Soylent Green is people. I mean, it's yeah, I got nothing, dude. But
I mean, there's supposed witness statements that say, yeah, that ship was there, and then all of a sudden it was gone, and then it was back again. You
Okay,
know,
but
it's like, wait a minute, huh?
that could have just been stealth technology.
Who knows?
Could have been damn aliens.
Who knows?
It could. It all I know is if you're involved in it, please just don't be a Nick.
Yeah, let us know something.
Yeah. Or just don't be a Nick. Like, leave me out of it. Leave me sitting right here comfortably on my couch.
Don't tell us anything that's going to wind up getting us locked up in Clinton. Yeah, I just used that phrase, didn't I?
It's fine. But so another story I sent you though, and I keep seeing more and more of this, which really blows my mind. The people that are cashing the checks of their siblings or spouses or friends or whatever from VA. Like, how does that keep happening? I thought they were almost like 95% direct deposit at this point.
I don't have a clue.
One lady, like, what is it, like 10 million or $1 million that she owes or something like that she's been collecting over 10 years. I sent you the article on it, but I keep seeing it reoccurring as a reoccurring issue.
Well, and then also, it keeps popping up where you even sent me it. I can't remember when you sent me it, but the guy who wound up getting all the VA disability benefits and then getting caught not having any problems at all, like playing where he was paralyzed.
Yeah.
How's that keep happening?
I don't know, and it makes me question whether Secretary,
because they're supposed to do a nerve test, and if they do that nerve test, it is so extremely painful you will react.
The nerve test came back and said, "Hey, he's good now," but they never refigured his disability. He just never showed that paperwork, I guess. But no, the thing being, it makes you wonder if the former VA secretary might be right that we need to fix people more than pay out disability.
Yeah, and in some cases, I mean, some of us, we just ain't gonna be fixed.
Right, and
you can do so much, and then you're just screwed.
There's the people that treat it like they treat it more like a retirement. Like I do know people 30 years in, yeah, I mean they're holding a job, but they're collecting their retirement. They're from the military. They're collecting VA on top of that, and then they're collecting a third job, like an actual job.
Yeah.
25 to 30 years in the Army, and it's like, but can I say they don't deserve it? It's a double-edged sword.
Yep. And when you start going down that road, people are going to get screwed over. Like people that need the help, people that don't need the help, the whole way around. It just turns into one hell of a mess.
I kind of think that if you're working a job, let's just throw out an asinine number here, $200,000, right? If you make $200,000 a year, you probably don't need disability.
No.
I'm just saying, if it restricts your working ability, and you run the risk of, even if you have a job, run the risk of losing your occupation, makes more sense to me. You, for example, you drive truck. If you fuck up your back bad enough, your shoulder bad enough, you can't drive anymore.
Oh yeah,
you got the messed up shoulders. You're still technically in for like another like less than 30 days, right? If something happened and you screwed up your
24.
Screwed up your shoulders, worse, you could literally be out of an occupation.
Oh yeah, and I mean, not just the fact of if I mess it up again. The things that I have going on with my shoulders are not going to get any better. They're going to slowly degrade. So years from now, and it happened with the left shoulder already, where I had to have surgery on it to fix it from injuring it 10 years before that. So, realistically, it's going to happen eventually again where, not necessarily the left shoulder having to be worked on at this point. Cause I mean, I think they really did a damn good job because it's better than my right shoulder at this point, and that was before injuring the right shoulder. But yeah, the right shoulder, it's going to give at some point too. It's got a minor little tear. It's got 2 or 3 minor little tears throughout my right shoulder, and they're not bad enough for surgery, but they will get worse over time.
No, it's just like I had a septoplasty done there. And of course I had family like, oh, you're getting a nose job. No, it's all inside, fuckers. Like it's not straightening out my nose. I had a double deviated septum, and they had to shave a bunch of that out of my nose, between cartilage and bone. Yeah, I'll tell you, great work. They did great work. First, they only told me it was going to be like a 2-week recovery. They didn't tell me that it was like a truly 6-week recovery or 6-month recovery. Like all the swelling will be down and you'll be better. Like by 6 months, you'll be done. I was like, you sons of bitches. I didn't realize walking affected your face so much either. Like just walking. I was doing security at a Walmart at the time, and I literally was like, 3 days, I'll go back to work, right? All I do is walk. Like you can't physically put hands on people. Which, that's
but you're still risking getting punched in the face for going ahead and trying to stop somebody.
I was like I'm not fighting anybody. Fuck that. You're not allowed to actually, and that's the big thing with when you see people going on about like they're making fun of the video of CVS, like the guy's riding the bicycle out the door with a trash bag, like full of stuff, right? It's like they can't. Some stores they can't do anything till you pass that last point of sale, right?
Yeah,
which is the little scan detectors. Technically, you can turn around at any point up to that, right? But once you cross out into the parking lot, can't touch you because there's too much risk involved. So you literally have like 10 feet to stop somebody. You know how hard it is to stop somebody in 10 feet? And you can't put hands on them. What are those guys supposed to do when the person's riding the bicycle? Like, you can't physically prove they're about to steal something till they are in the action of doing it. Yeah. Putting it in a bag, that's not stealing. Opening it up, not stealing yet. Eating it, not stealing yet. You still could go to the register and
you can take the label up there and pay for it. And I've seen people do that. At the same time with that, don't do that because honestly, nobody wants your crumbs on their shit.
Well, no, not just that. It's still technically theft because say you get a bundle of bananas, right? And you hand one of those bananas to your child to eat while you're shopping. What
Yeah, and they
happens?
weigh it.
They weigh it.
Yeah, because there's not an individual label on it.
Which, when they weigh it, it's now lighter.
Less.
Thus, you've
Yeah.
stolen. And they can actually do something about that. That is chargeable. You eat a grape out of there, 2 grapes, a handful of grapes out of them. That's not free samples. That's theft. Legally.
Nice. Well, yeah, on produce items like that, I can understand that, but I'm talking to individually
like the
priced
one lady.
item. Like, you know, I've seen people going through the store, grab a soda and start drinking it, going through the store, and then pay for it at the end.
Right,
Like,
I was going to say, I saw a lady do that. Earlier today, she had Diet Mountain Dew. She was letting her 2 children drink that were like 5 or 6. I was like, "You're insane."
Yeah, for Mountain Dew, that's no.
Yeah, no, it's diet. No, don't. But
it's still loaded with the same amount of caffeine, dummy.
You would also be surprised how many people do that and then set it on the shelf half finished.
Yeah. Yep, I've seen that in the clothing sections at Walmart.
Yeah. So, anyways, the backtrack though, I had that septoplasty done, and I didn't realize that. And just talked about surgeries done really well. Like dairy farms and whatnot, maybe half a mile away. I've always been like, oh god, yeah, that smells. I didn't realize all you fuckers smelled it at like 5 miles away from the farm. Like I was like, I was like, oh my god, I'm really glad I didn't do it when I was in the Army because I had the doctor look at me, this major, ENT. He's like, the world will smell so much better. I said, so you're telling me Afghanistan's going to smell worse? He goes, well, don't look at it that way. I was like, no, that's exactly how I'm looking at that. Double middle finger. Dude, I'm gone.
Yeah. Give them the 2 for 1. No.
Needless to say, I didn't get it done, and then later I get out in VA. I had a doctor look at me and tell me, "Hey, there's some health concerns. We really would like you to do this." Okay, got it done, and needless to say, did not realize.
Yeah, and I mean, just from the first time I see this chiropractor, I mean, even though it's not really surgery, yeah, obviously the guy knows what he's doing. Because I'm already able to look up at the back of my trailer to make sure that the latches are hooked the right way. A whole lot easier.
Let's put it this way.
I was literally leaning my back to look. Now I'm just going.
Chiropractors make me nervous. I'm pretty sure my wife's been there like at least one time when I had chiropractor do up. And I think she would tell you that she would rather go see a therapist than go see a chiropractor because they're jumping on people's backs like, and you hear that freaking snap pop coming out of that freaking table. Like, my wife's like, Zach, you need to see your psychiatrist. You need your therapist. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not going. I'm not talking to somebody that I don't trust. I don't know. It's like, okay, I can give her that. I've got a little more, issues that need dealt with. She can go see, sit down with the priest or sit down with, somebody who can, not be as judgmental about, that, isn't going to be like, well, we'll just give you medication. Because my wife's like, I barely take Tylenol. Like, she gave birth to our daughter and literally took 1 pill of Tylenol afterwards. One 200 milligram Tylenol, right? Nothing up through during any of it. Needless to say, I try not to piss this lady off.
Yeah, because she's not going to feel it.
Yeah, no. When she hits me in the face, she won't feel it. I will. I'm not going to piss her off.
Then you'll have more dental problems than what you already have.
Right. Now, obviously, we're joking, and this is shtick for all you people who don't seem to understand my dry sense of humor, which I found out apparently is very dry. I did not realize it. We've got some family friends now that we're hanging out with. That they a lot of times are like, is he mad at us? Like, is he like that? It's like, no,
Well,
I'm joking. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, I'm being funny. Like,
and
apparently,
I
I'm
actually
not.
tried to use it as a get out of jail free card already. But like the chiropractor as well. Go back to him for a second.
No, that's why you're not gonna come visit.
He wound up telling me your head's not on straight. I said, I already see a doctor for that problem. He's like, no, physically. I'm like, oh. So, I mean, like, I've tried to use that already to get out of jail with Danny. I forget what I did.
Has it worked yet? Even
No,
one
it did
for
not.
you?
She didn't believe me at first, but I mean, it kind of ended the whole thing where, she wasn't mad at me anymore. She was more like, what is wrong with you?
But go ahead, run through the run through. We're at 46 minutes. I need to go grab something to drink.
All right. All right. Well, he's going and getting his refill, and I'm still sipping on my first one, surprisingly, for the night. Don't be afraid to use the hashtag Don't Be a Nick. Excuse me. Follow us on Facebook at Jaggers Juxtaplooza. You can follow him on Instagram at MPJags. I still do not have anything like that. We have our official merchandise at cafepress.com/JaggersJuxtaplooza. You can pretty much find anything that you're looking for on there for the most part. Hoodies, coffee mugs, all that type of stuff. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, like, subscribe, share, leave us comments during the show, after the show. We'll get back to you. Might even bring up another topic and another rabbit hole for us to go down if you're commenting. Normally he's back by now from getting another drink mixed. So yeah, I always suck at trying to keep the show going whenever he's not around. But yeah, it happens. I never really have good excuses to get myself out of trouble whenever I do get in trouble, though, with Danielle. So, yeah. I might try, but it doesn't ever work.
I stood there for like a good 30 seconds trying to figure
Just
out
to see where I would ramble next.
Yeah, and it just like you once you got done with the run through, you're just like nothing, fuck, nothing.
And then I'm like, I suck at doing this, keeping it moving. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I do too, because it's designed. That's why a third person would be better to be able to keep this flowing, and then it would be a Yak Pack instead of a Yak at Zach.
Yeah, a Zac Yak. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whichever way.
What kind of comment did you just get?
Zach is never visiting.
Oh yeah, it is hashtag. Hashtag Zach is never visiting. It is a hashtag at this point. With a pineapple assault. Well, I mean, you kind of just throw out the dime. You're like, so all of December's out.
Yeah, I mean, I got to go literally every freaking Thursday now.
You were talking possibly trying to lead up to like New Year's.
Yeah. I'm still leaning towards that. I really am. I gotta get with her on that whole idea. She's been busy with other stuff. I mean, stuff's been chaotic with trying to get ready and dealing with the kids and getting them to all their doctor's appointments here the past 2 weeks. I'm trying to take full advantage of the TRICARE right now. So trying to get all the yearly stuff done before I don't have military health insurance anymore.
I can understand that.
Yeah. Because I mean, it is going to cost me more. I'm not going to lie. It's going to cost me more, but use it while I can.
Right. That's okay. I found out that there's I'm going to have to look into it next year, but there's a dental group like an hour away or so that literally will be able to like take care of my teeth, and if I have any false ones that have to be put in, or like the entire fucking thing, which is a possibility, they can do that within a day. You go back 2 weeks later, get another set, then 6 months later, because all the swelling's finally down. It's an all-day affair.
Joe's doing something like that. From having had his heart surgery, he had to have all his teeth pulled before his heart surgery there a couple months ago.
That way he didn't bite his tongue?
No, actually, his teeth were really bad. Like yours looked perfect compared to how his were. And they were so worried about infection that they wanted all his teeth ripped out before they did the heart surgery.
Right. I just looked over, but I've got a child that fell asleep on top of mommy in the recliner, and it's all, oh no, it looks uncomfortable for both of them.
Mommy's trapped underneath the child.
Yeah, I can't even go, oh, it's so cute. I'm literally looking, going, oh my God, both of you, like, speaking of chiropractors, jeez.
Yeah.
Like, I think that the doctor taking Siamese twins and separating them will have an easier time than trying to separate this mess.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
And she's not feeling good either. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. It just looks uncomfortable. But this child sleeps in the most uncomfortable freaking positions I've seen in my life.
You know, woke up this morning, right? And I thought it was the dog next to my leg.
Right.
No.
I'm not walking away. I'm just moving.
Kinley got out of her bed and crawled into our bed. Yeah, you're going to go and help her out real quick. And the way she was laying there, it almost looked like something that you would see in an exorcism. Her head was cranked the whole way around to the right as far as it would go, but then her whole body was twisted the opposite way to where basically her feet were with the toes pointing into the mattress. It was like, what in the world is up with this? I mean, just completely cranked around. Like her spine, somebody had like wringing out a towel. That's how her spine was from her head the whole way down to her hips and all. It's just like, what in the world, kid? How in the heck are you even comfortable? She did wake up a little bit, and I picked her up and put her back in her crib.
So I laid her down on this giant. You know those? Oh fuck! What do they call those things? Those boppy pillows for like infants.
Yeah,
they have like the little like the insert where it's all one solid piece, not the like the cutout like horseshoe one. So we've kept that. The cat's like sleeping in it, you know. She's used it randomly. I laid her down on that, right, because it's got that slope for it, right?
Yeah.
On that, well, when I go to lay her down, she like rolls her head on her own into the couch. I just hear "ow." It's still asleep, like literally "ow."
Like
never even wakes up
out.
Yeah, never even wakes up for it. So that wasn't what I was originally doing because I didn't think she'd be asleep enough yet. But no, I was looking at the thermostat and it's where I'm sitting at. On top of the fact of like blood draw this morning and everything still.
Yeah, and you got the heating lamp up above you.
That's exactly what it is. Like I'm sitting right next to the heating lamp, which technically we have two heating lamps going to have the right temperature, which heats up the room. But
yeah, you guys definitely wouldn't want to be here right now with how we have our thermostat set in the winter.
No. The reason, like, it's got to get adjusted now because the heater's going here short. Like, the heater's not going constant right now. Once the air conditioner's out, then we have to change it so the one lamp turns off during the day again. It's literally because the air conditioner was going constant that to keep the temperature in the tank, you wouldn't notice the same in the house yourself.
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, you guys thought the house was cool when you guys visited. We literally keep the heat during the daytime at like 66 and let it drop to like 63 at night.
You're insane.
It saves money.
Yeah. Well, my wife got sick when we got home because your crazy ass air conditioning temperature of like 32 degrees. Like I've gone into refrigerators that are fucking hotter.
Right? Yeah, it wasn't that cold. That cold.
Speaking of fucking goddamn subs not working at negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit, Jesus Christ! All right, but no, actually, just maintaining a temperature saves on your power. One way or the other.
Oh, yeah.
Maintaining. So, like, if you have a constant, if you're not playing with it, and a lot of people play with it constantly, and that's They're like,
Yeah, I
oh,
found letting it drop at nighttime just by 3 degrees and then kick on in the morning. I'm not really
right. But the thing
losing
is,
any fuel.
once it kicks on, well, but you've got a different style of heat too.
Yeah,
Yours is
completely
a fuel
different style.
Which,
Yeah,
when it kicks on no matter what. So it's not the same.
yeah, it's consuming the same amount of fuel per hour, period, regardless. So
And
it's one
not
of
just
those
that,
things where at nighttime it kicks out, and then the circulation pump just goes ahead and runs once it hits the water temperature and the flame cuts.
right. And when the water is hot, the water just doesn't magically cool down either. So like it doesn't. It's
No.
not as big of a deal for you. But because when it heats up quicker. But when you're talking like us, radiant heat with
Yep.
the baseboard heaters, it's just easier to keep one maintained temperature.
Yeah, with them being the electric baseboard heaters, yeah.
Because and granted my house is well insulated, so I don't have the problem, but house trailer, I tell you what, it would fall at night, you would fight to get that temperature up by the end of the day,
Yep.
just so that it could fall at night again.
Yep, exactly. I remember those days too, being like that in some places in this wonderful world of ours.
Right. So I mean, and it's one of those I've run into those issues with even regular furnaces too, where like you're fighting to maintain a temperature. Like
Yeah, like they had there at Gardez, they had like 3 different heating systems for those buildings there, and all 3 of them would be blasted at nighttime to keep you halfway warm.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's the thing I've never understood. Like, I understand the concept of, I don't need it as warm when I'm not home, but you're fighting to heat that air in the end anyways.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And meanwhile, mine's the hot water baseboard heating, so it's a little bit different. It is.
Right. But, but literally, even you could do because it's going to use the same amount no matter what. Pick a temperature and leave it.
I did that to 1 year, and I actually used just a little bit more oil, believe it or not, as crazy as it sounds. And I found like doing it this way here the past 2 years, I literally only use 1 tank the whole season.
Yeah, see, I've got this thing, right? Okay, so you're sitting in your house, correct?
Yeah.
You're inside
I'm down in the dungeon.
Right, but you're inside your house.
Yeah.
Okay. I have this thing where I like to be comfortable and not have to put on layers inside my own house.
It's because I'm in the dungeon. I'm in the basement.
But you get my point, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to put on layers to feel comfortable in my own home. And that's
with me, I'm in the basement, and what I do in the wintertime for the garage, because screw it. I'll show you guys.
No. You're making it way more complicated.
My condensate pump,
right.
the line to the outside that the dehumidifiers go to, and it's also the blow off for the hot water heater. I don't know why, but because of the heating system, whenever it's on, it makes that pop just a little bit. It pumps out outside, but it goes through the garage. Well, the garage, if I don't leave the basement door open, the garage will get so cold that line will freeze.
Right. But your garage isn't insulated. So
my garage isn't insulated. So my basement's a little bit chillier. I throw my jacket on.
Yeah, but you know what you could do? Insulate your garage, right?
That's on the list.
And in which case, then you're not losing all that heat, and that's part of why you're fighting to reheat your house, anyways.
Yeah, I mean that is on the list to do here. I'm going to say mid-January time frame. I'm going to insulate the garage.
The other thing you could do.
Oh, boiler's getting ready to kick on. You're going to hear a jet engine in a second.
You know what else you can do, though?
What's up?
Move out of the goddamn mountains.
This ain't really the mountains for PA.
Okay, I was just making a point.
Yeah.
Move to like a normal place.
Normal?
Yeah, it ain't here. It ain't here, and it ain't where my wife is from either, because I'll tell you what. We get the freaking lakefront from both sides. We get 2 freaking lakes coming through. We got Lake Michigan and Lake Erie just swirling their crap at us no matter what. So, no, trust me, I'm not even saying here. I'm talking somewhere like Tennessee. Kentucky sucks. No, Tennessee's mountain.
Tennessee's Tennessee's got some weird weather at times though
Kentucky's
too.
got all the ice. That's what I don't like about Kentucky. All the fucking ice.
Well, in Tennessee's the same way, and then also in the mountains of Tennessee, you get crazy snow sometimes too.
No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, but Tennessee's taxes are better. I tried talking my wife into like Florida for the winter, and she told me that no.
Nah, I wouldn't want to do Florida for the winter. I mean, I lived in Pensacola for a while at one point. Nah, humidity's too high down there. Hell with the
I
humidity.
just want to do it. Get a place where I can go to like Disney World all winter and then come back up. It's cheaper if you don't have to pay for a hotel.
Speaking of hotel type deals, I was looking up this one railroad, and this is kind of neat. You know, it's about twice as much as what a hotel room would cost you, but you get a caboose to yourself that's been converted over to where like the inside of it is pretty much set up like an RV or a camper would.
Okay, but where does it take you to?
And it takes you on a 4.5 hour ride to the top of a mountain in West Virginia. And they leave you there overnight. It includes your propane, it includes your firewood, linens, towels, washcloths, the whole 9 yards for like $330, man.
Yeah, with my luck, that would I'd get snowed in and
For
die.
up to 6 people. Well, I'm not talking wintertime. They don't do it during the wintertime. It's during the summertime that they do that.
Okay, you see where I'm coming from.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't want to do this in the wintertime because
Yeah. Oh, what about
it goes to the top of the second highest peak on the East Coast.
Okay, so rock slides when it rains. Then great.
Well, not quite like that, but anyhow, it's an old lumber line that been converted over to a scenic railroad. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I did it when I was a kid, not the caboose thing because that's a newer concept over the past 5 years.
I'll tell you what we need to do. You need to come up this way and be prepared to spend. It's not an expensive hotel, but be prepared to spend money for a hotel, right? Hotel, not motel. Hotel.
Yeah.
Okay. And we go up there. This hotel, it's like 2 hours from here. This hotel has brass keys still.
Really?
For your room. Brass keys. It has freaking the brass lined elevator. Like you're waiting for like the monkey to be like moving the elevator around. There's not one, but it's got that old style.
That vibe to it.
Yeah. Okay. So and they have to valet park your car.
Oh, that'd be interesting for them to try and valet park mine.
No, they have to valet park because there's no parking out front you can get to. It's got to go down an alleyway.
Oh, it's The Shining.
It feels like it. It feels like it. I was walking down the hall and I was like,
see, there's a
what the fuck?
There's like a hotel resort that's a couple hours away from us.
Hotel. I stayed in there right before I had my surgery because I needed a hotel near the VA, right? So we got this hotel room. It was neat. The problem is, like, I got there at like 9 o'clock at night, and I had to leave at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, so I could go check in for my surgery. So we didn't get to spend much time there, but you go inside the room, and it's got like a Keurig, a flat screen TV, and that's like the only technology in this fucking place. Like, it's like.
But that's kind of cool, though.
I know, right? Like you're walking through the halls, and you're like, "This looks like this old school." Then you walk in your room, and it's like updated, you know.
Yeah. And I mean that's like this caboose type idea. It's in an area that's a cell phone free zone. Like,
see, that doesn't work for me because what I want for this is I wanted to do this back when it was the Nick and Zach show, and obviously, you know, hashtag don't be a Nick. At least Nick visits though. But you take a look and go, hey, I wanted to host a show from this hotel because I thought it would be fun. If cell phone free zone means I've got no internet, so it doesn't work for me.
Yeah. No. But I mean, it's just really cool to think of, you know, in an area where
my wife just goes cell phone free zone. It's like, you know, it's free of cell phones because there's no towers, not because like you're Not a lot.
Yeah,
of
it's in a area that's considered what did they call it? Radio communication free zone.
Because of planes?
No, it's an area that's considered like a national sanctuary where it's like, nope, we're not putting in any towers here. Period.
Please, Elon, hurry up, fix this internet problem. But we've got 3 viewers again. Don't be afraid to use that hashtag Don't Be a Nick. Follow us on the Facebook at Jaggers Juxtaplooza. You can follow me on Instagram at MPJags. You can follow the other Zac at.
Don't forget the official merchandise at cafepress.com/Jaggers Juxtaplooza. Hit the notification bell so that way you know when we're going live. Like, share, subscribe. Leave us comments during and after the show. We'll try and get back to it. If you leave us one during the show, might lead us down another rabbit hole to randomly ramble on. There, I got it out.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you did. Like I said, though, don't be afraid to use that hashtag Zac's Never Visiting. And yeah, definitely like and subscribe. Email us even. Message us on the Facebook even. Throw pineapples at him, I say. Figuratively.
Yeah, it's your job to do it physically.
I'll do it physically for you all, but you all figuratively.
Oh, man. Now, the one thing that's a little concerning with that whole idea with the caboose thing is...
it's up in the mountains, Sasquatch, Loch Ness.
Part of the first aid kit is a snake bite kit.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the interesting thing that I'm just like...
Interesting? Interesting. That's the interesting part of it. Not the rest of it. No, that's the concerning part. That's the, oh, hell no. That's the my wife won't let me get on the Titanic too because fuck that. You know, that's the equivalent of the snake bite kit in a fucking goddamn caboose. Actually, my wife, in fact, said she wasn't getting on the Titanic too, and I could have fun, which means, oh, hell no.
One of those, you go, if the ship doesn't kill you, I will.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That one of those.
Oh.
If you don't find an iceberg, I'll find an iceberg for your face.
You thought that surgery on your nose was something. Wait till the next one.
No, the nurse is surgery.
Oh yeah, dude, freaking VA royally fucked up.
Oh,
royally. Yeah. Oh yeah. When they did my surgery, like I'm walking out and they started asking for my first wife by first name. Not, oh, Mrs. Jaggers, like literally asking for my first wife by her first name.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Which of course it was. Did you ask for her? It's like no. It don't even matter what you're flubbering about, freaking when you come to, out of a surgery. They don't even listen to you. If you're saying you're in pain, they ignore you. So it's like no, they royally screwed up. Which the best part is, I got divorced twice times while in the army. So how are you getting my first wife's name? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty big fuck up.
No, the big fuck up's when you're coming to and you're being stood over, looking, going like it's like I had nothing to do with that. If anything, I was complaining about the lady. So yeah, but when you get that look of maybe they should have shoved that needle a little deeper into your skull. 1 too few stitches. We'll fix that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, needless to say, yeah, that was wonderful.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah.
Fun to walk into, which ironically,
I was rather docile when I was coming to, though, surprisingly.
I don't remember my wife driving us another we had to go the other direction over to her parents because they were watching our daughter. We got a hotel room for that night because that way we were in the area, but that way I'd have time to recover the day of the surgery because it was an outpatient.
She wasn't very open to it.
And so I go through and yeah, we have Olive Garden even. Like we ate Olive Garden. I couldn't stomach anything the next 2 days, but for whatever reason, the day of the surgery, I'm feeling no pain. Whatever they
Yeah.
gave you was great. I'm chowing down on fucking Olive Garden. The next day, I'm like, oh my God, like it hurts to eat this milk. And my wife's like, milk's not food. It's like, it hurts to drink it. Leave me alone. It's too thick. It hurts. Yeah, it's too crunchy. It's like, well, the milk wasn't crunchy.
Yeah, I remember them
Crunchy
doing
milk.
the nerve block. Just barely remember them doing the nerve block because they did my shoulder as an outpatient, and it took them almost three times as long as what they anticipated. They ran into problems actually cutting the collarbone even because they're like, your bone's a whole lot stronger than what we were anticipating. So they were fighting to get that cut off. They had to cut the end of it off.
They got the bolt cutters out and they just said, screw it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it was
we're
explained
done.
to me. Yeah, that's literally how it was explained to me. Is that took a little bit longer there, and then also it was way more delicate in the back, trying to weave everything back together with the torn labrum because it wasn't just like a tear, right? No, this shit was butterflied. So it separated itself into two parts, one over top of the other, and they had to get it to fuse back together. So it took them a hell of a lot longer with that.
Well, yeah, it's the part that just out of all that, I heard you're a delicate little flower and butterfly, and yeah, I hope you're not tramp stamping that down on your lower back as you're getting out of the army.
Wow. Wow. But yeah, the 2
Seeing
hour
your description was turning my wife's stomach over there. I kind of took it a different direction.
the 2 hour car ride home really sucked. Really sucked.
I didn't feel the 2 hour car ride.
Oh,
I did not. That was to the hotel though too. I did not feel it. I tell you what, I was still drugged up enough. I didn't feel it because outpatient, and you got to think they did it in my nose, so they got to obviously give you.
The thing is, I drove you back to the hotel and my parents, but you drove home.
Yeah, I drove home after. Yeah, after the next day, I drove home.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just remember
apparently we went to Denny's. Apparently we went to Denny's. I don't the next morning. I don't recall this. I believe it because it sounds like something I would do, but I don't recall it because I just recall being in pain. Wait, wasn't that right outside the hotel room? We ordered it to go or something. Okay, yeah, we ordered it to go. That would probably explain it. Olive Garden. I know we ordered to go, but we watched a movie. I couldn't even tell you what movie we watched. So we watched. Oh, okay, yeah, we tried watching Fantastic Beasts. I don't remember any of it from that day. I remember. I remember because I've seen it since.
The one follow-up appointment was the best reaction out of the surgeon, though. It was 6 weeks later. I actually decided to drive down because I'm like, I've had it. I can't have people driving me anymore. I got to drive. So I drove down with my arm in the sling still. And I mean, people do it all the time. Anyhow. So get down there, and then I literally ask her, so am I good to drive again? She's like, yeah, as long as you're not too much pain or anything. I said, good, because I drove down here and I'm driving back. She was so pissed at me. My surgeon was mad.
I drove freaking my follow-up, which was a week later or whatever follow-up, and they have to teleconference it, which is just mostly because it's a 2-hour drive. They're just hey, we'll bring you here to this one instead because it's closer. And yeah, so needless to say, I went in, and that's when they told me, yeah, it's going to be 6 months for full recovery. I was like, wait, what? What?
No toes is God. You read chat.
trying to read our chat. I don't know who.
Read your chat.
Well, I'm reading the chat. Unless they're talking like
Messenger. I
yeah.
don't have anything.
I just come back and they has many messages. They go by.
Apparently they left. I don't know who you are. You're reading chat. Well, I guess goodbye to you, whoever you are. And what's that saying? No toes?
Yeah, no toes is God.
I don't.
He says he needs some toes. I can kick him there.
I mean, no toes. I don't know who no toes is. But I read your chat. Your chat said bye. So have a good day. Goodbye.
Yep.
Aloha means hello and goodbye, correct?
I don't know. It just sounds like something good to say at times.
Yeah, I've never been good at Chinese.
Oh, I am being requested for a moment. Same issue you had. Child passed out on the.
We got 3 people again, but yeah, go run up, do your thing, be quick.
The child passed out thing on top of Mama.
Right. Well, while he's away, we definitely tell you to make sure to use that hashtag Don't Be a Nick. You can follow me or follow us on the Facebook, the Jaggers Juxtaplooza. You can follow me on the Instagram at MPJags. You can follow the other Zach. 31 episodes, and he still doesn't have anything. But you can get your official merchandise at cafepress.com/the Jaggers Juxtaplooza. JUXTAPLOOZA. Make sure to hit that. I'm still laughing about this. Do you read your chat thing? I don't. First, you'd have to put something in the chat for me to read besides bye. But yeah, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified of upcoming videos when we come up. And go ahead and like as well. It helps with the algorithms. Leave your comments down below because we read our comments, which is how we find out that we read our comments. Unless you're talking like on older videos, in which case, then I would have to have realized, but not seeing an email from an older video needing a red YouTube new comment, episode 28. That's forever ago. I know that person personally, so I know them. Yeah. No comments. No comments to be read. Well, we're back to 2 people. Don't know what no toes is. That really confuses me. What's a no toes? Well, it found notes for me. Let's see. That's a YouTube channel, apparently. Yeah. It's a YouTube channel. Let's see. Yeah. We got 23 subscribers. Bunch of shorts and video games, Fortnite, Minecraft, from a month ago, 2 weeks ago, month ago. Not sure who No Toes is.
Is it your other boyfriend?
Hi, I am description. Hi, I'm No Toes. I made this because my friend YouTube channel, he inspired me to make these vids. I hope you guys and girls like these vids and like and subscribe to me and my friends Shadow Grenade and the Gamer. Joined March 25th, 2018. I read the no toes. I found them on the YouTube. Hi, I'm no toes. I made this because my friend YouTube channel, he inspired, 2 words, me to make these vids. I hope you guys and girls like these vids and like and subscribe to me and my friends Shadow Grenade and The Gamer.
Okay.
And only seeing thing. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Now on videos 5 months ago. Minecraft as of 5 months ago. So I guess I don't know anything about you, so we'll shout out to No Toes. Mostly because bye.
Yeah.
It asked if I read the chat. I read the chat. Bye.
I mentioned it right away. It's not like I ignored it.
Right. Yeah, and as soon as a comment got made about it, it's like that all of a sudden, bye. Is that going to be the new thing? Bye.
It's like, I mean, I guess people don't realize that there is a, what is it, 10-second delay?
Well, yeah, but that's why we have somebody monitoring the chat to tell me, hey, this is coming up.
Well, even with that, I mean, it's still a 10-second
there's no delay for her. There's no delay for her. As soon as somebody else makes a comment, she sees their comment instantly.
Yes, but it's still a 10-second delay of us getting back to it, period.
For them to hear it, yes, but at least I would live know that it occurred. So that's what I'm saying. It wasn't like we missed anything. Because she's watching the live video. So she's watching it as it hits for everybody else, too. Yeah, it's right in here. Like, here's the bottom of my ribs. Right here. Straight across from, like, right here, which, here's the center of your chest. Right here, around to the back.
Well, if it was the center of the chest in that area, I would say, like, you got alien getting ready to pop out of you, but
I know, right? I'd be like, oh, call Ridley because we need to take care of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I don't know because like it's just 90% unbearable, and then when that 10% when it is just beyond unbearable. Like, there's no like I can bear it. Then it's like if I lay it like the right angle, it'll just go away, and then it'll come right back.
I'd almost swear you tore cartilage in there. I did that before.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a pulled muscle.
Well, I mean, when you tear cartilage in there, it's worse than a cracked rib. Way worse.
The problem is they can't do anything for a cracked rib. The real question would be, how the fuck would I have cracked a rib?
Well, or toward the cartilage. Straining.
Yeah, well, okay, but how?
Straining with the pallet jack.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
You could have just tore a little bit of cartilage in there. Yeah.
But I should have felt it like right when it happened, too.
Because, like, when it happened with me, it was literally raising the hood on a military vehicle.
But you felt it when it happened.
Dull initially, but then, like, the next day, it was like a knife. It was bad.
Yeah, but the problem is 2 things here. Okay? 2 things. One, they don't wrap ribs anymore. There's nothing you can do for them. I don't.
You can do a. They make like an ace wrap for that, a special one that has the Velcro, and you can do that. If pressure helps with the pain, otherwise there's no point in doing it.
I don't know that anything helps. Like outward pressure would help. Can we pull them out? Can we just remove them? That would be great.
What, you want rib spreaders put in you? Is that what you said? You're a weird freak.
Hey, whatever makes the pain go away, right? As long as it's not like cocaine, because that's addictive. But the other thing is, bye.
Oh,
Put it this way: you know it's pain when liquor doesn't dull it.
you haven't had enough liquor or the right liquor yet.
No. I mean, in general, like it's dulling all the other pain in my body. That like not like, oh my god, I've just drank so much that, oh my god, I'm feeling no pain because I'm great,
Yeah,
or I've drank so much I'm feeling all the pain because now emotional trauma. But it's one of those like my knee. Okay, it's not as bad. I can feel it, but it's not as bad. This just isn't going away.
yeah.
So yeah, it might be cartilage.
I would venture to say it's the cartilage.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, what there's the worst.
And if I
part.
recall right, it was like 3 months of that for me. I hope not. It sucked.
Oh yeah, that would definitely suck because it's at the lower half of the ribs. Like I could tolerate the
Yeah.
upper half better because that's up by like the upper half of your body, but this it's right over your stomach, so it affects your stomach too.
By the
Like, I
least
already have
movement
lung
of your
problems.
spine, you're screwed.
Yeah, I already have lung problems. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Those hurt on their own as it is. But the fact of my stomach, it's like, God, I have enough stomach problems that make me feel like I want to puke. Like this bottom floating rib really just shouldn't exist as pain.
Yeah,
But-
that's
I mean, what do you do? I mean, my ribs are just looking at me going, I wish I could just go, bye. I can just see a pineapple holding a sign now that goes, bye. I wish I knew how to make gifts.
oh my.
A TikTok video. Bye.
Yeah.
No, that's what you make a short YouTube video.
Oh my god.
Do a TikTok rock video of bye.
I just can't bring myself to talk the tick.
I definitely can't. After that whole
I
thing
can't- I
with
can't
biometrics,
talk-
though.
I can't talk the tick because I'm not a Nick. I'm not a Nick because I can't talk the tick.
After that whole biometrics testimony bit with the house, nope. I'm not even interested in it. Not going to happen.
I wasn't interested in it to begin with.
Yeah, it is a bit concerning from the get go, where it's like, okay, China's got their hands in this. How far they got their hands in it, how much and what type of data they can have is even scarier. So it's like, no,
Though, on the voice print thing, like they technically have it just from us being on YouTube. Any video anybody shares on Facebook that people can watch the video of, they can get your voice print. Voice print's not really all that, like, really, what do you use a voice print for?
I don't.
Other than the deep fakes, going, to get somebody, where do you use voice print?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I don't do anything with voice.
I think that's like a sci-fi thing, like a voice print, like voice print identified, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but you still have to have a password to go with it. Dude, you don't sound like a girl. No shit. Sexist fucking computer.
I guess technically with Alexa, you got a voice print
Yeah, it does recognize me.
because you can tell it to ignore other people and it will only pick up on your voice. That's it.
It acknowledges my wife by name. You win, sir. You win. Hello, third person.
No Toes is back.
I don't know. Hopefully you're not going, bye. But yeah, no, it's yeah, I guess you win. You win. Voice print is a valid thing. What are they gonna do? They're gonna order you, like, they're gonna have delivered like what 100 rolls of toilet paper or something stupid,
100% pineapples.
100 rolls of toilet paper right now, you'd be sitting like a king.
100 cans of pineapple.
I don't think we've hit that point where everybody's bartering in pineapple cans.
You never know.
But you can prepare. Prepare for the worst. So, here's a question. Do my glasses look like they're on my face straighter?
A little.
I took them in, and they had to they're like there's nothing wrong, but they tightened up the springs. After I had them ricocheted off my face by a car door that hit me in the eyeball. Went right under the right under my glasses, into my eye, and then shot him across the yard. It was your car. She doesn't. I had to go get something out of the car first thing in the morning. It was like a Monday morning or whatever. So it's like, okay, I think it was my coffee mug or whatever got forgotten in our car. So I ran out to go get it, and yeah, I come back, freaking my eye all freaking pinched shut because it just hurt.
Yep. And she probably just thought you were still waking up.
No. She's staying in bed at that point. What are you talking about?
Does she do the same thing that Danny does, where it's like, "Hey, your alarm's going off," and then back to sleep themselves?
No. If I'm running behind, if my alarm's going off, it means I'm running. That she hears it means I'm running behind, and she'll help me get around or let the dogs out or whatever.
Yeah.
If she registers my alarm, it's because the dogs. Otherwise, now I will get the poked in the morning, like 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever. The dogs think they want out. Your dog won't stop whining. It's like, oh my God, it's your dog. But okay, I get up and go let the dog out.
Not all the time. Don't even.
Because the dog.
Don't even. You do not. Half time, okay, I'll get up and you go back to sleep.
Good. I wish I would go back to sleep most of the time.
Do.
The problem is her dog has this thing where it comes up to my hand because my hand always dangles off the bed, and it's freaking molesting my hand with its mouth, and it's like, fine, I'll get up, go away. Yeah. But my thing is, they've got no business being awake at 1 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom. Like, you literally got let out at 10 o'clock, 10:30 sometimes even.
Shoot, Gutter. He goes out at 8 at night. That sometimes he doesn't go back out until 7 in the morning.
No, I was gonna say it's not every morning either. But it's literally, it's like I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. What do you need out at 3 o'clock? They've been almost like clockwork lately. At 3 o'clock, it's like, wait one more fucking hour, please.
Yeah, and with me, if it hits anytime after midnight and I wake up in the middle of the night, if I go back to sleep, I sleep right through my alarm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I used to be real bad about it. Now it's like I sleep through the first 2 alarms.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 3 set as well. It's the, okay,
no, I have way more than 3.
Time to get up. Then hey, you need to wake up. And then the third one's like, you're going to be late.
No, mine's every 5 minutes, because then if you dumb and you hit the snooze button, it goes off every 8 minutes. So it literally does, staggers just right that you're like, fine, I guess I've got to get up, and then you look over, you're like, oh shit, it's time to go.
Yeah, mine's not quite set up like that. I think I have the snooze set at 6 minutes, and then the
oh no, mine's
the alarms are set 10 minutes apart.
I don't know if I can change my snooze setting.
Yeah, I can, don't mind, thankfully. So that way it's kind of an awkward, to where it gets me out of bed, hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, have we hit kind of the wrap up of this week?
I don't know.
I feel like we kind of hit a wall.
Yeah, I'm feeling that way too. I don't know.
No, I'm fine with it. We've gone for an hour and a half, just over an hour and a half. We started a few minutes early, so I'm cool with it if you are.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I mean, and I got 1 or 2 more things I got to do yet tonight, anyhow, before tomorrow.
Right, and I wouldn't want to let down our one viewer and not go bye. So we probably should leave at some point.
And do it halfway properly instead of saying, you read it, bye.
Right. So make sure to use that hashtag Don't Be a Nick. Follow us on the Facebook at the Jaggers Juxtaplooza. You can follow me on the Instagram at NPJags. You can follow the other Zac at.
Our official merchandise is available at cafepress.com/JaggersJuxtaplooza. Pretty much any item you can think of, it's there. Don't be afraid to go ahead and hit the notification bell. Like, subscribe, share.
Do you have to subscribe before you can hit the notification bell?
I don't know
Should
if
you
you have
should you
to.
change that, because it just bothered me for months? It's subscribe, blah blah blah. Hit the notification bell to be notified of upcoming videos. Blah 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 blah. Like, the priority is subscribing.
Well, yeah. I'll work on that. I'll work on that for next week.
Yeah, you've been telling me you're going to work on freaking 31 episodes if I'm going to have some sort of social media for the page too.
He's also said telling you to come to visit you, but he's never doing that either.
You've also said you're going to come to visit, so everybody use that hashtag Zach's not visiting. Zach is never visiting.
Oh my God.
Use the pineapple emoji often, everywhere you go. But if there's anything you guys like to see from this show or any other, whatever, let us know. We've got the email down in the description below. And you can
The
also
home improvement type videos might be coming sooner rather than later. We'll just see what happens though.
Home improvement, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the home improvement type stuff, like
Yeah,
where
so
I'm doing the projects around here.
What's the opposite of improvement? That might be more accurate.
Demolition?
Yeah, well, knowing you, it's probably going to be home demolition. Home unimprovement.
I wish. At times. So anyhow. Oh. And soon enough, we'll be dealing with Christmas lights and trying not to get ourselves all tied up in that stuff too.
I was smarter than you. I left mine up on the house all year.
I am actually switching to LED this year.
I think that's what we have. I don't know, but I literally just left them hanging on the gutters on the front of the house all year.
Yeah, I'm getting away from the other ones because it's rather frustrating, whenever you have part of a strand out. It's really frustrating and aggravating. So slowly switching everything over to all LED.
Right. Well, we've got inflatable, new inflatable. We got to find the old inflatable. We got to put out the nativity. We got to, as we go. I found a new freaking power freaking whatever thing.
Yeah, they want me to get 2 more inflatables.
Inflatables are what spike up your electric bill.
They can, but I got like 3 of them that are retired. We'll put it that way.
Right. Well, I'm thinking I might need to get a timer just for the inflatables.
That's not a bad idea, honestly.
The problem is when it snows, that heavy snow hits them, and then when they try to inflate, you end up with problems.
Yeah. So it's like whenever snow is coming, you turn your lights on and just leave them on.
Right.
Yep, I've done that.
So, but 3 viewers, we'll go out with a bang because I don't know how often we leave with 3 viewers current.
Yeah.
So, you guys have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.